Getting ready to join up some stuff now. So I've got one of the posts here. I just want to show you what I'm going to do. These things, I mean, they're not like sharp like a knife, but these corners are pretty crisp on here. This is going to be a utility table. It's going to get pushed around. People are going to bump into it. They're going to lean up against it. They're going to brush against it. They're going to be doing clothes on the table. So things are going to get brushed against it. I don't want anything to catch on this. So I'm just going to take my palm sander and I'm just going to hit these corners real quick. If that doesn't give us the effect we need, we may just go back with maybe a hand planer, or maybe even a little power planer, something like that, and just kind of hit the corners. But let's see what the sander does, and I think that'll do it, and then we'll start joining some stuff up. Yeah, I think that's going to work just fine. The main thing is we just want it to be a real pleasant effect when someone rubs their hand up against it. I think this is going to work just fine. Awesome. Okay. All right, we got the sanding on the corner post done. I'm going to do roughly the same thing on the side supports and the front and back supports too. For the moment though, I'm only going to do 2 of each just so we can join up some stuff and just kind of see how it's going. But just like with the corner posts, I want to make sure these corners are okay. Now these are already kind of rounded off a little bit. These were just 2x4 studs. They're rounded off just a little bit, which is cool. I'm still going to hit it with the sander just to make sure there's no splinters. And I'm going to run over the surface real quick just to make sure there's no splinters sticking out on there, because the last thing we want is for somebody to get a splinter or their kid get a splinter. And it has nothing to do with whether or not this is an expensive piece, even though this one is a little expensive. But it doesn't really matter if it's a $10 piece or if it's a $1,000 piece. We still don't want people getting splinters. I get splinters every day, but we don't want a paying customer to get splinters. It's just, it's tacky. So, anyway. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to sanding. Okay, so all our sanding is done. Now we're ready to start joining some stuff up with some pocket hole screws. It's a really easy process and it makes a beautiful, really tight, really strong joint. So we're going to be using 2.5-inch screws. You see, these screws are special Kreg screws. Will other screws work? I don't really know. But these are specially designed to work with the Kreg process. So I get the Kreg screws. That's just me. I'm going to leave it up to you, but I think it's worth it to get them. Anyway, I'm getting the 2.5-inch screws here. It's like $5 here for like 50 screws. It's a deal. Anyway, so I got these screws. This is what they look like. These happen to be blue. You see they've got the little square head, the T20 head. I don't know if you can see that. It's not really focusing in on it, is it? Anyway, you can see it's got the square head. So these are blue. These are 2.5 inches long. We're going to put these babies in there, and let's hope that I've done everything right. And we're going to start joining up some stuff. So I'm going to lay everything out here on the floor, and then we'll take a look and see what we can do. I'm excited. All right, so here's our post. I want to put the pocket holes to the inside of the table. and I want the outside of this to be flush with the outside of this. So I'm going to put it over here, flush. Same thing with this. Pocket hole screws are on the inside, flush, and I'm going to butt it right up against it. Now I'm going to come in with some pocket hole screws, and we're going to join this. Alright, the pocket hole screws did exactly what they're supposed to do. This is a super strong joint. We're going to do this on all four corners, and then let's see how we're sitting. Alright, let's knock this out. Alright, everything is joined up. Look at that. This is the beginning of any table frame. I mean, it's really looking good. I'm very happy with this. This is the way we would start any table though, with a corner post and then these outside pieces flush, joined with pocket screws, flush up here, flush down here. This is exactly what we wanted. This way on all four corners. This is great. Great. I'm not a big fan of using pressure treated lumber. I just couldn't find any non-pressure treated lumber, so that's what we're going with, and that's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not coming in contact with food or children or anything like that. So, I think this will be really cool. Guys, I am going to end this segment. We finish this up, put the slats in there, put the shelves and the top on, and then put the casters on the bottom and finish it, and we'll be done. I'm excited. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me here on Apple Valley Farm and doing this. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Ricky at applevalleyfarmga.com. Or if you want to learn any more about what we do or this build or how to order something of your own, go to applevalleyfarmga.com and give us a look-see.